All right, we're in the Haunted Mansion tournament. We're in the qualifying round in the rookie division, or we're just getting out of the qualifying round, going into the opening round. So I came in. Dunner and I were talking before we started. Dead last in the bracket with a minus 13. All the 13s made it. No 12s made it in, with 15s at the top. So I would imagine as the week goes on, we got to be looking at minus 30 as like the score to get us in range, and then we've got to pick something else up. So we need to shoot at least a 15 per side. In my 77 account, I shot a 14 this morning. I had a lot of opportunities and I didn't hit perfect on some shots, and it cost me. Going to the opening round. Gonna have shitty tiebreakers.
Well, hopefully it doesn't come down to qualifying round anyway. Another 9-hole next week, of course.
Of course. I mean, that's just...
the dunes.
That's how the game's progressed. They need to... It's a big ball seller for them, so I mean, for them, like, because it used to be where we had a tournament and then we had a week off. It was so nice to have a week off. I could record videos just like play videos where we were just out playing one-on-one and stuff, and it wasn't always tournaments, just learning how to work on your bankroll and shit. It's tournament after tournament after tournament.
Yeah, with like extra wind or something.
It's tiring. And because we don't get an off season, so like professional athletes get an off season, they get a little bit of time to recuperate.
Some teams have lots of off season.
All right, what are we doing here? We are doing hole number 1. And hole number 1, Uno, at Haunted Mansion. Hole number 1. All right. I screwed this up earlier and ended up in the sand. I hit it like 7,000 rings great to the right and ended up in the sand down here. But I was able to make it from the sand. But let's try and get on.
Yeah, the wind is going to be a bit of a help. I don't know if we're going to need to push up, because last round was pretty much straight tailwind. We'll see.
I can't remember. I was using my APOC, so I wasn't using max. I was looking more for power than all of the top spin. I was only doing 2 top spin.
Yeah, that's all I got, 2 to 2.5.
Yeah, mine says 1.5, 2 circled, and then 2.5, so...
It depends on how hard the wind's pushing.
All right, you ready?
I think I'm going to go 2.5 because sideways wind won't go as far on that last bounce. But yeah, I'm ready.
You go first.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
I gave you like right at 2 seconds. Dots and too many Dunners. There we go. All right. That's what I'm talking about. Going for we're in the Ryder Cup. It's Dunner and I head to head for the championship. Got 2.5.
Oh, is that going to pull into the... I think it is. Please don't go into overpower.
Well, that's barely into overpower. That's only like... Shit, that's not even a quarter of a ring.
one yet.
Isn't it perfect? El perfecto.
But yeah, nice.
Nice.
Perfect.
Nice. Nice short putt. I was on the green. That was the other day when me and you were playing, and I just barely stayed on the green and didn't roll off onto the fringe at the very top. I came at it from the right, and Dunner did the left. Arr. Perfect. In the hole.
Come on, one bullet left. Jesus.
I actually need to turn mine off because I finally got my last one earlier.
I suppose I could just, I don't know, it actually costs more to refill it when it's not empty. I think I figured that out one day.
It is, but it's proportionally. It's a draw. All right. You had the shot, though. The chip in. All right, hole number 2. Hole number 2.
What's the wind? Oh, of course it's directly headwind. This might be, you might have to say this is a sniper this time. It's going to be a completely different shot, I think.
No, I mean, I'm not. I'm in a different spot.
No, I know it sucks though, because I made it yesterday finally.
You're taking it with a Goliath, right?
Yeah, I think it's going to have to be sniper with this wind though.
I'm bringing.
Look, but
I'm bringing out
I
a bigger
bump
ball
up.
so I can take it with Max Grizzly.
That's what I was thinking. Unless I bump up to a katana ball or something.
I've been bringing out a Kingmaker so that I can just stick with that ball the whole time. I don't think I need the side spin, but I can't remember. I haven't been paying attention to them. So my numbers are max time plus 50% at 0.9 per ring. And I'm going to add on today with the way the wind is. I'm going to add on like 0.1, 0.2, 1.5.
Yeah, probably. I don't know what you have for spin, but I wouldn't use as much backspin. I imagine it would be backspin, yeah.
I was only using like 2 or I was using. It seemed like I was just using a little bit. Kingmaker. Got a Grizzly. My phone died. Hold on. I gotta call him back. All right, we're back. I had a technical malfunction. My phone just died. And it has 27% battery life. So, I mean, like, it just shut off. But this is...
It's hard to believe because batteries are foolproof.
Yeah.
Batteries have never, ever
failed ever. All right, we're on hole number 3.
Imagine trying to fucking drive your car in the wintertime.
Or are we on hole number 2?
And it says, oh.
No, we're on hole number 2. Yeah, we haven't played this yet. All right. Are you ready?
I think so. Give it a whirl. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, 50% wind, 0.9 per ring, plus 2, plus 1.5.
I didn't say oh, duh. Yeah, I'm gonna go try with a sniper. I don't really like using that much backspin though. Let's see, plus 40 minimum. You gotta kidding me. That's a good adjustment, I guess.
Close.
So either plus 40 min or 1-to-1 plus 0.10 or plus 10. Same result. Yeah, I'd let it go through the whole bit.
I did. 2.3. 3.6. 3.65. That was 3.65 exactly. Oh, fuck. Oh!
It looked like you were ready to go half a swing earlier.
I was. I wanted
Your
to go.
ball kind of jogged up, like undershot a little tiny bit, and then you shot it the next time around.
That's right there. I think the deal is that's exactly what I did earlier. And I think if I would have hit it perfect, I'm not sure if it wouldn't have swirled the cup or just missed it that far on the outside. Arr. All right.
Oh, this is fucking rough. What's the win? Okay, that's a good win for the rough bump.
Hole number 3. What is hole number 3? What is it? I just played it earlier and I still can't remember what it is. All right. This wind is good.
It's like the double wishbone fairway.
Yeah, this is the number 1 bag with a berserker.
Oh yeah, you're going to the left though, weren't you?
I'm going straight.
Oh right, that's right. I don't know if I can do that with extra mile 8 though.
No, I think you can. I think you can because an extra mile 8 still has. I mean, it's got like 65 topspin. You can get out there.
I'm just.
If you and put the wind back in.
Well, yeah. But I'm just worried about getting through that last patch of rough.
No, I think you'd easily get through it with an 8. And stay more to the. It looks like it's sand out there, but it's not. Stay more to the right, so you don't have to go as far to get out of the rough. You'll be fine. It might be a max short iron instead of a mid short iron, but it's still short iron shit, man. You got to go for that. Are you ready?
What did I say? I was going to do 20 on drive, right? Okay, I got berserker. Yeah. 3, 2, 1, go.
Spinning.
What the hell could it be? Oh, of course. I got Albatross.
Albatross. What the fuck are you doing breaking in on our channel? We're sitting here trying to get a round in.
British Navy.
Just working on our notes. some of you are probably thinking, hell, you could just go to this guy's channel right here and he would give you every single note to make every single shot instead of this dicking around like you guys do. But I'll tell you, the thing is that if you don't know how to actually figure out the shots yourself, it's always better to be able to figure it out.
Red, gold, and green. Red, gold.
Put the forward distance back in. Hitting it perfect. Perfecto. All right, so I should be a mid kingfisher. I did a minus 10 earlier, and I...
Get going! Yeah, stuck in the rough.
underpulled it.
Fuck.
Did you go more to the right so you don't have to go as far?
Oh, yeah. I did hit great, so it might have took a little bit of the distance out of it. So I think if I hit perfect, I might have barely squeaked out.
My opponent got really lucky, followed the contour of the course, had just the right speed. I got a Hornet in this account. So there's Max Hornet. .2. Divided by 1.2. 4.16 rings. Exactly. Hitting it perfect. Get in the hole.
This sucks.
I was right on track. I thought I needed to pull it back just a little bit more, but that was definitely on line. I was expecting to be there with my Kingfisher and not my Hornet, and it confused me.
Okay, well, Eagle, I guess. What do you fucking do? That kind of sucked.
No Albie for us. I came prepared. I was in the perfect spot, and I was unprepared for the second shot. I was all Kingfishered out. I had all the Kingfisher numbers in my equation. All I had to do was put in the wind. That's why I had that pause there for a second. I had to write all the numbers down. No, not write them down, but punch them in. All right. First three, we picked up one. So we just need to pick up one each set. So this is our best opportunity right here.
Okay, get out of my way, albatross. Wait for extra minute or something. I gotta get ahead.
Let's see which way the wind's blowing. We got favorable wind. And I'm actually coming at it. I'm back a little bit farther down in this area, more towards this sand than the front sand.
Oh yeah. Plus 50
It's like 3.5 backspin and just a teeny weeny bit of left-hand side spin, and then wherever that puts you. It looks like you can do it with 3, but the half really slows it down right there, because if you go past the hole with even just a little bit of speed, it'll roll all the way down and almost get you in the rough. All right.
Oh yeah, you need to come up if you're like 2 squares short and you've got some speed, because there's a little hump right before the pin. I'm gonna probably leave it fairly short this time. I got a blue ring on the sand.
Plus 10 at max. Okay, you ready?
3, 2, 1, go.
Spinning. Dots. Too many.
I probably should have put a
too many doners.
grizzly in for this hole, just in case. .9, yikes. It's going to be close.
Did you do a max plus 10%?
Back! Minimum plus 50.
Oh.
And you need to do more than that.
I'm doing max plus 10.
So basically that was max plus 20 I just did there.
And you're saying it still wasn't enough.
Yeah, it was 2.5 wind, and I did 2.9. I mean, I did hit great, but I didn't like the speed. Either that or a bit more backspin to shore up that ball guide a little bit.
It's at 2.42, so I'm going to round it up to 2.5. Isn't it perfect? Get in the hole.
Slow down. Nice speed.
Woo!
Nice.
In the hole. And I needed to pull it just a little teeny bit more than that. So maybe like 12.5%.
No, that was on the wind side.
No, it was on the wind was going from the left to the right, and that was on the right-hand edge of the cup.
No, it was right to left tailwind. Promise.
You're saying it was right to left tailwind?
Yep.
All right, I'll take it. I'll take it. The force is with me. I'm one with the force. All right, I picked up one in that.
So you did max plus. So that's pretty much what I did.
I need to pick up one
I just
extra.
did great.
I need to pick up the one in every set at least, but I need to pick up one extra to make up for not picking up 15 on the front. So this is a great opportunity right here. Right here. Hole number 5, and I have no idea what it is.
5 top, 3 left, max OP, max left curl. I don't think I need to do max left curl. My second shot I've got plus 20, minus 20 at mid.
Well, I put 5 topspin on this earlier, and I took out the wind plus 50%, and still ended up way overshooting. So I'm gonna go down to like 4 topspin.
Yeah, because you got that extra distance on a tee too.
Yeah, but I've been practicing with this club all week doing this shot so that I can. And it's disappointing. I did make it though. I was in the sand and I made it. All right, I'm ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, here
Actually,
we
with
go.
that tailwind, it might be more curl.
APOC max OP, and I got on the second shot mid minus 0.2.
I got two things: -5 at club, and then -20 at mid. Why am I not ready? Jesus, Kevin.
How are you not ready?
I over pull it a bit.
I think a bit is like these drives, especially when the wind is directly behind you, it's really pushing you forward.
I did +20, and then I tried to do a little bit extra. Whoa!
Yeah, I did +50 and just did the 5 topspin I've been doing all week, and I've actually been leaving myself a lot of room with the 5.
Yeah, I've been stopping before the shadow usually. Well, that sucks balls. This is a pretty easy hole.
Two 7. That's I'm gonna do 4-2.
It's good on my tempo.
I took that topspin off earlier. I was exactly where you're at. I went into the sand, went a little bit farther. You're in like quarter, like 16 per ring.
What's minimum? 0.4?
I don't know. I'd move it like a
Let's call
quarter, like a quarter of a ring.
6. I'm gonna call it half a ring.
The wind's going so much with you there that if you hit it perfect, it's in the hole. Perfect. In the hole.
Woo!
Boom. Shakalaka. Nice shot, dude. Nice shot.
Yay. Got my second one. Just gotta make sure I get number 8.
Yeah, and I'm in.
I'll be curious to see what
wedge.
the hole 7 wind is like. But I'm saving up my 11. So
Next wedge.
Walk out the door. Just turn around now.
2-6.
Or Judy 4.
I'm gonna do 2-5.
They got me down.
Hitting it perfect. Too fast.
Woo!
Yeah, it was too fast. It went over the hole. It was on track. That's a risky spot to do a rapier shot. I was too far back on the red line in rapier to do any backspin. I would have normally went up there with some backspin, but I was in between clubs. So if you're going to run topspin on a rapier, you need to run all of it so the tail comes out. And too much. Damn it. Dropped one to him. You just got one up on me, bitch. You're at 9, right?
Well, you got number 2.
Are you at 9 under?
8.
8 under. All right, so we are the same. Hole number 6. Arr. Okay, I got plus 40 here, and I got it circled. 1.4.
Titans plus 10 at max. 6 top, 2 right. I think this is going to be some overpower on this one though, because pretty sure yesterday was another tailwind. Or last round, whatever. Okay, I'm gonna get stuff. Okay, yeah. Well, yeah. Club. Yeah. No. Titan. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Titan. I'm taking a Kingmaker.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm taking a Kingmaker. Definitely. I'm taking a extra mile. And I'm pulling it back to the plus 10 mark with max topspin. All right, you ready?
Yep. 3, 2, 1, go.
And I'm trying to make it so that if I hit a grate to the left, it's right at the
Got someone.
top of the ridge. And if I hit a grate to the right, it's still on the flat. And if I hit it perfect, it's on the flat. I do not want to be rolling left.
King balls.
And the way to offset that is to give yourself just a little teeny bit of curl where you're rubbing up against the nubs. The ball's going to continue to try and travel in a right-hand direction. If I can get an opponent. What the fuck are you doing, dude? Jumping in with some other guy.
Hey, I was there first. You jumped in with me.
This is hole number 6, right? Plus 40.
Yeah.
Plus 40 with a sniper. My opponent blasted it out there with a power 5 ball. I'm curious to see if they can get through the end, all the way to the end. Yep. Plus 10 mark. Two 8.
Right in that. Oh, even past that shadow.
I'm gonna take 3.
How far is that one?
I'm gonna lean just a
397.
little to the right. Rubbing the nubs. Rubbing the nubs, as it were. I think that puts me at max sniper. My opponent hit it way in the hell up there and is in max long iron. That's pretty good.
I wondered if that's wrong to be that.
They used an Apocalypse and they hit it as hard as they could with everything they had on it, and they didn't make it to the end. Their second shot was not good. Let's make this right here, right now. 2.1, 2.9.
There is no other place I'd rather be.
Two 2.1. $2.94. Hitting it perfect. Get in the hole. Underpulled it. Still underpulled it, even at 40%. And at max club. That's what I'm talking about.
Perfect. Come on. Come on.
Did you do a 50?
I did. Ugh! No, I did 30. What did I do? Plus 30 at mid. So I think I would have been plus 40 would have been too much.
But you were probably in mid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think plus 35 maybe. I think 40 would have been too much.
Well, I'm not doing any overpower on that shot, so I'm in max club. And I can tell you that 40% at max club is not enough.
Yeah, it's in the air longer, right? So.
All right. Now, I think there's a funnel on this hole. Well, we were doing something special on this hole too, right? This was like plus, it was 1-to-1, even though we're in minimum club. It was 1-to-1 plus 0.
I got plus 30 katana. The winds of, what was it? It was more headwind though yesterday. Wonder if we can bump that down a bit.
Well, I was doing a plus 30 at minimum, so that's 1-to-1.
Yeah, I think it worked out to like 1-to-1 plus 1 for me on my app. Just because it's power 2 ball in it.
And I was using a power. Well, were you using all of the side spin? I would imagine that you were. I will tell you that I remember this hole from earlier, and this is one of those holes that if you had a ball with more side spin, would be helpful.
Yeah, I got 2 left on it anyway, so. But it also pushes up your minimum, right?
Yup. I was using power 1 ball. And I think the deal is I was going straight at it, and that I didn't need the side spin if you use the G string, and as long as we're not having to pull over the sand, I'm okay with that. Here we go. I'm gonna commit to.
Yeah, this might be a shitty wind angle for the.
Let's see what the wind angle is. No, that wind angle works.
It's good for the one you want to do, yeah.
Yeah, for the one I want to do, that wind angle works fine.
I might be able to set it up, but I got katana, so I got lots of side spin. I might be able to set it up and keep it away from the bunker still. Whatever. It's a fucking game.
Are you ready?
Yep. 3, 2, 1, go.
What do you mean it's a fucking game? Isn't your life revolve around Golf Clash, dude? Come on,
man. Again,
you got somebody
I'm
right
getting
off
people
the bat.
quick, like super quick.
Well, let's switch. Let's go to Norway. Because now I'm spinning forever. What's the deal? And I'm still spinning. I'm still spinning. 1-to-1.
Oh, maybe not.
Sniper.
Perfect. Let's see. That's a good adjustment. No, I'll clip that fucking piece of rough again. Yeah, I should have switched.
4.3. There's like 4.35. Hitting it perfect. Get in the hole. And I left it just a little teeny bit short. I did put it through, and I was thinking about pushing it forward just a little teeny bit, but I was dead center in the middle of that rough area. Right on track. Flag pole. Right in front of me.
Yeah.
And didn't get to it.
I
Yeah, my husband's playing in the hole behind me.
I'm gonna try that one next time. Fuck, I think I got like fucking 4 accounts qualified.
Well, Richard gave us some of these shots. That might be one that we got from Richard. That might be one that we figured out on our own.
He sent me one about, no, I think it was hole 4. Never mind.
Yeah, and one on for hole 9, for sure. Got an Albie on hole number 9 with a 50%.
I didn't see that one. But when he's been sending me videos in the messenger, it's like there's a time limit or something. If I don't get to him in a certain amount of time, something fucks up and it won't play them for me.
Opponent disconnected. Okay. What is the deal?
All right, gotta get this one.
In the hole, Barty.
I'm moving up. 83rd place.
You're in 83rd?
All these other creative names too. Get in the hole. That's your name, man. It's probably stayed up all night for weeks thinking of that name.
I gotta pick up both of these holes right here, even though this is the front. Now I keep thinking that I'm playing the back 9 in 77, but even though I need to get both of these. It takes a little pressure off on the back. It takes a little pressure off on the back. I mean, you want to pick up your shots. You want to pick them up early so you're not running out of holes.
Yeah, you want at least the least amount of pressure on your backside as possible.
Yeah, because if you go into the back, like, not trying to play conservative, you just go in the back and you're like, hey, I can have a little bit of fun. Not trying to play fucking aggressive. Sometimes you're so loose on the back. You only have to shoot a minimum score on the back at 12. You know, you fucking nailed it on the front.
Buddy's club or clan name is My Wife Hates Us.
Hole number 8.
Kingmaker, 3 left, 6 top, plus 10. 1 to 2 rings of OP, max curl, almost.
Which way's the wind blowing?
Max what curl? Dummy. Left, I assume. It's like 45 tailwind left to right.
I don't think on the other side. Might be raw distance is the better deal.
I wish I would have wrote down the wind directions from yesterday. I started to. I got the first 3 holes and then just fell asleep apparently.
All right. Let's see if we can get matched up this time. Quit dicking around.
Hey, you're the one that's got to catch up.
Are you ready?
I'm already in there. I'm ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
I went at the same time as you.
Dots.
Dots and too many dunners. Jeez. Trying to get into a maximum wedge.
Wonder if you could carry enough momentum to get like a good third bounce on that last fairway and somehow clear the whole bunker, get on the green. That'd be cool. I think you need a lot of wind helping you though, or like crazy topspin ball or something.
2-6. I'm gonna do 2 rings. That's 3. Yeah, perfect. See if that's too much. Just a little bit too much. And that was like that was like 5 topspin. So that's okay. I can make that from there. It's plus 40 to the cap.
What did that say? 6 top. Yeah, that's what I got.
And I used the power 4 ball, so I wouldn't have to involve using the wind. Blasted it. How much topspin did you use?
6. Well, did we not have fucking? No, that's all right though.
Well, shit. If you used it all the way you bounced through there, you might have made it through.
Oh, that was all of it.
No, that was all of it.
Why do I have 6 top plus S? Do we not have tailwind on this hole yesterday too? Figured it would. That's weird. I wonder if it's just my first bounce kicked it forward or something. Maybe.
Arrgh. Gotta hit that perfect. Damn it. I missed that same exact shot earlier. I slightly overdrove earlier. Well, a little bit more than I did right there because I had 5 topspin instead of 4, or 6 instead of 5. I'm not exactly sure what happened because I was using a power 3 ball and I had to use the wind. Nice. Into hold.
I still can't get my last fucking bullet. Bullshit.
That means I have to get this next hole and you have to miss it in order to catch up to you. We have an even round here.
Well, it's 13.
Alright, what are we taking on this? Extra mile, Kingmaker, Max Grizzly, plus 50%. Let's look at the hole. Just to remind ourselves. Alright.
Come. What's with this stupid new pack out now?
The new what?
The new pack, this fucking Halloween ball pack.
It's just some older
so
balls.
Dumb.
Yeah, but
yeah, but you get one. You get one. I'd be like, I'm not gonna buy one of one ball. Like, what is that? I don't know, novelty maybe.
In '77,
I do like the spider ball.
I bought the $10 pack in '77 because I didn't have any wind balls, any like one or 2 power wind balls.
Oh, is there? I just seen it pop up, but I only seen one.
There's another one.
There's 2.
And it gives you 10 of each ball.
I like the spider. Dead ball is actually pretty good too.
I actually never used. This is the first time I've ever. They gave everybody one free dead ball when they came out originally, and I remember I thought they were 5 power balls, but
I always liked the spider ball. That was one of my favorites.
that was one of the first balls that ever came out. It wasn't the first, but it was one of the first.
Yeah, I think when I got it, it was the second iteration of it.
Are you ready?
I'm too busy fucking talking about balls. Yes. 3, 2, 1, go. Dot.
Dots and too many Dunners. There we roll. All right, we need an Albie right here. We need an Albie. I put all the pressure
I got
on the
plus
last hole.
40 max from a second shot.
I got plus 50 max. We did plus 40 in the qualifier, and it wasn't enough.
Actually, yeah, I do remember this shot now. That Richard, I did see this one. It was pretty good.
And Richard did plus 50 and made it, so got to go with Richard.
Yeah, well, these are yesterday's notes too, right? So
Yeah. Well, I don't know if this hole was from the qualifying round or if it was his open round.
all right,
408.
plus 50 it is.
Two nine. Puts me like a ring into power. El Prefecto. Looking for 420. Let's see what we got. 417. I was at 421 the other day.
Man, what did that hit? Fucking way
You were
back.
like 408 or something. 409, somewhere in the 4 something, 410s. Should be Max Grizzly. Plus 50%.
Ooh, I don't know if I can. No, I'd rather take it with my sniper. I'll still do it plus 50 though. Three 7.
Let's see if Dunner can. I'm being real quiet for Dunner so he can get in the hole. Perfect. Get in the hole. Get in the hole.
Real quick. That was a bit of an overpull, but I didn't hit
No,
far
that
off
was
the tee
a-
though.
That was a little bit of an overpull.
I had the ball guy going through the hole pretty aggressively too though.
45, 2.9.
But yeah, see, I left a
Great.
lot of yards on the drive.
Times 2.9. Max Club. 467. Ah! That's the worst side to hit it great on too. You might get lucky on a great on the wind side because if the contour of the course goes towards the cup. But when you hit it on the other side, it's not good. Damn it. That's right there too. Now I did a 45. Since your 50 was a little too much.
Yeah, that was. Look, it's hard to judge when it's a great, but I mean, that was in the red when you hit it. It was a red great, so that was.
Was that a true great?
It would have been close. Perfect would have been close. No, 15.
I got a 14. Same thing I shot in 77. So, but I picked up some holes here I didn't pick up in 77, or at least one. What holes did I pick up? I picked up 4. I didn't pick that one up. But I've been close, and I didn't hit perfect on every shot going into the cup, and that's what killed me. And there was 4 of the shots on the front that I wasn't in the right spot. I mean, I was in the rough or the sand, and I made 2 of them. Yeah, I think the 32, 31, 32 is definitely possible. I mean, every hole's got an opportunity.
Yeah.
Every hole. Every hole. All right, that was the front side of the Haunted Mansion tournament in the opening round of the rookie division. Still trying to figure it out. Dunner got a 15 though. He's set up for the back, so he got what he needed in the front. We need to come in with at least a -30. That gets you in the hunt. Then you can start working on that.
Yeah, I got 1, 5, and 8. I got the par 4s.
Yeah, 4 and 8 were part of the deal is that I was unprepared on 5 with or at least one of the holes. I was totally unprepared to take it with a Hornet instead of the Kingfisher. I already had it all set up. Damn it. All right, thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Party on, Wayne.
Party on, Wayne.